Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining us today in the very first Arkheim Realms at War community live stream. It's our very first live stream dedicated to our beautiful early access community. My name is Andre. I'm the communications manager for Arkheim. I'm also known as Cerus in the forum. Let me quickly introduce our beautiful people that are here today with us. With me today is Sami, our team lead of the community management team of Arkheim. Sami, hi. Nice to have you here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Very nice hat you have there, by the way.
Thanks.
Then we have our game director, Holger. Holger, also known as Sarge in the community. Hi, Holger. Nice to have you here.
Hi, together.
And last but not least, of course, our game designer, Dario, also known as Dario in the community. Dario, great to have you here. Hi.
Thanks for having me. Hey.
Cool. Thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in. Let me quickly walk you through the agenda, what we want to discuss with you today, what we want to look at today. First of all, we're going to start off with a quick look at the rankings of the S4 server. Recently, we ended the last server, S4, and we're going to have a quick look on the realms who won that server, on the different champions of the different islands, and afterwards maybe have a quick look at how things are going on S5. And later on, we will have Dario and Sarge showing you guys a little bit of what you can expect tomorrow, since tomorrow we will be starting the famous test server, which will include for the first time the possibility for you guys to check out the features that we plan to include in the next, basically in the next live service, which is the War and Peace concept, the concept that we have been working on for months now, and that not only we have been working on, but also you guys have been working on. We've been working super closely with you guys. As you probably know, we had several dev talks about improving the diplomacy and in general improving the gameplay for our players, and you have given us a lot of fantastic feedback. And tomorrow, for the first time, you will have the possibility to check out the very, very early version of this feature. On the test server, it's going to be a speed server, also for the first time, a speed server. And it will start at 11 a.m. Central European time. Don't miss it. Don't miss this opportunity to log in, play it, check it out, and also give us, of course, feedback, because, based on the feedback you give us, we will make further improvements, further changes, etc., and then hopefully launch a beautiful War and Peace feature once we go live with the next server S6. Now, after this is done, we are going to answer some of your questions, some of the questions from the community. Sami has gathered some of them. If your question is not there, if we don't get the time to read out all questions, then don't worry. You will always have the possibility to ask us. We are constantly present in the forum, on Discord, etc. So you will have plenty of opportunity to have all the questions answered. And last but not least, before we start, we are going to make a raffle, right? So if you want to enter this raffle, all you have to do is comment in the comments of this live stream at any time, anything, preferably something nice. And don't forget to leave your in-game name. And everyone who comments with his or her in-game name under this live stream will have the chance to win 300 sapphires. We will raffle a couple of users after the live stream, and we'll throw around with sapphires a little bit. Make some of you happy. Without further ado, let's get started by reviewing the last round, I would say. It was quite an exciting one. We have a winner. Let me actually share my screen with you. We have a winner on the S4 server, which is ITF, the Intergalactic Trade Federation. I think that means I've actually seen that name a couple of times in other games as well. Interesting. On second place, we have Silver Veils. Also, I think Silver Veils, congratulations for a good second place. Silver Veils, for those who don't know, has won the previous server on S3. And the New World Order has taken the third place. Congratulations to you guys as well. On Island 3, we have New Beginnings on the first place, Silent Hill on the second place, and Rising Stars on the third place. Also, all of them quite known realms in the community. On Mediata, we had Clan McAngus, Märchenprinzen, and Hessenland 2. Congratulations to you guys. And the first three places on the first island, Cornicola, where I don't know how to pronounce that, Majerie, something like that, Belgium and Polska 1. Congratulations to you guys for the first, for taking place 1 to 3 on the first island. Once again, a special shout out to ITF. Sami, I think you had an interview with ITF. Did they reveal something interesting, some tips on how, for beginners on how to play? How did they manage to win S4?
Yes, they did. Thank you again for the interview, ITF. They shared, I think, 8 or more tips how to win the next round, or what was important for them in order to win the game. Mm-hmm. They focused on economy and supplies. And interestingly, with supplies, I think what they meant more investments to troops, so that they would train only troops when it's absolutely necessary, and the rest of the troops would come from the supplies they have all upgraded together. And the third tip from them, which is very important, make great agreements, smart decisions with your neighbors. I think those are the 3 top tips from ITF.
Right. Yeah, especially agreements with your neighboring realms are super important in Arkheim. For those of you who are playing for the first time, diplomacy is really key in Arkheim. If you lock in and just start playing and do not communicate with your neighboring realms, then you might want to reconsider this, because this is really key to get far. Communication is key. And I think what was the biggest threat for ITF during their fight on the last island? Was it Trading Heroes, I think?
I think it was Travian Heroes, and the other one was Silver Veils, the winners of last round. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, right. Congratulations again to all of you who have made it to the Eternal Ascension. I think ITF ascended in 8 days and 8 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. That is, I wonder if they timed that. An interesting number. And again, congratulations to you guys. Maybe let's have a quick look also on what is going on at the moment on S5. So here we have the current rankings of S5. The leading realm on Island 3 is the name called Russians. Interesting. Then we have Game of Thrones on the second place, and AD Clan following Game of Thrones. And then we have the next, the second island, Mediata, Bruderschaft on first place. Congratulations for being in the lead here. Kiss Cool on the second place, and Ruski Medvedi, which translates to Russian beers, on the third place. Congratulations also to you guys. And on Cornicola, Vexpire on the first place, Franken on second place, Franken 3.0, and EFES on place 3. Congratulations, guys. And we are looking forward to seeing who will ascend to Panzelon. I think the ascension is in a couple of hours. In a couple of hours, the 4th moon phase will start, and we will be watching closely who ascends first to the 4th island. Yeah, I think last time ITF spent about 3 or 4 days, if I'm not mistaken, on Island 4 alone with no enemies. But yeah, later on the fight got, or the challenge got more exciting for them as other realms joined the 4th island. Let's see how it will, what will happen this time. I can't wait. All right. So thanks a lot for for the exciting fights that you show us. We are always watching closely and with excitement what is happening. And I think now we can move over to Holger and Dario, who can show us a little bit what you guys can expect tomorrow on the test server. The test server, once again, for those who tuned in just now, will start at 11 a.m. in the morning of Central European time. Don't miss it. You can log in normally, like you don't need a special registration, a special link for that. Just log in normally to your lobby and select the test server, and this game will start for you. Holger, Dario, do you want to share a little bit? Do you want to show us a little bit what the people can expect tomorrow on our test server?
Yeah, of course. The team did a great job in putting together a test version, which will be available from tomorrow on, as you said. And we will just show you the basics of the new war concept that is already on the server. So you see here on the screen 2 realms. This is my realm. This is the enemy realm. And the first thing I want to show you is the new connection rule of the portals. As you see, I can place a new portal somewhere. And if I would place it here on this island, as you see, it wouldn't be connected to my arc. So it wouldn't work. So the teleport function would not work when I would try to get warlords there or teleport warlords there. So I probably would rather put the portal somewhere here, because here's obviously the connection. In a war, I can kind of use this to my advantage. As you see down here, there's a portal. And when I get rid of this tower here, I can disconnect this enemy portal. The problem is now, conquering is not possible anymore outside of war. So I first would have to declare war to this realm. I do this by clicking into the realm details, selecting the war overview, and now I can declare war to them. I see here what happens during a war. This is my realm, this is the enemy realm, and both, because they're very minimalistic right now, have minimalistic war conditions, win conditions. So they need 3 towers and 225 orbs, 2,250 orbs in order to win against me. I need 2,275 orbs or 3 towers to win against them. And as you see here, all the stuff that will happen over the course of the war, the losers will be kind of put into this war chest, and afterwards the war chest will be split, dependent on with how much war potential I went into this war. Afterwards, there will be a bonus for the winning realm, and there will be some tributes floating from the losing realm to the winning realm, and also both realms will get tomes. So it's my first war, so I don't have to pay any additional arc energy, and I just can declare this war. It's a warning here. I'll do this. War is declared, so now an 8-hour timer runs down. And of course, we don't want to wait 8 hours, so I hope I can just with this debug thingy. I hope it's already done now. I'm not quite sure. No. Now it is. Thanks, Holger, I think. So as you see, now the war is active here, and it kind of looks into what is happening. Nothing has happened so far, so let's take this tower to deconnect the portal. For that, I go in here. Now I can choose the conquering mission. Yeah, there are about 200k in, so I need a little bit fighting power. I start the mission. As you see, my army is going towards the tower. Now the conquering happens. Oh. And now I think the war somehow is already over. Probably.
Yeah. That was our fault. We stole too much, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep in mind that is a test server setup and it's not the real data. So sometimes this stuff is not exactly set up like in real world. So currently he was able to steal way too much, which leads to that the RAM is already winning the war, basically.
Yeah. And I didn't get this. I should have gotten this tower, I think, but I didn't. And now, after each war, there will be a truce period. And this is indicated with those shields here. And now I'm not able to attack at all anymore. Yes. But I should get some tributes of them because I hope I won this war. I think we have to cheat this also, Holger. I think you have to cheat tributes.
No, just use the produce tributes. Back.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, there we have it. The tributes kind of get produced into the middle of your village. You can click on this here, on the graphic or here, and this will be the new location where you also can collect the resources from your supplies. So this is, those are the resources of your supplies, and this is the tributes you get now from the other realm. Over time, obviously, this will become more, and I can just click here to get them. And also, if I want, I can collect my supply resources. Yes.
So you can collect those supplies at any time. You do not really need to wait until they get paid out. Whenever you log in, they are collectible, right?
Not exactly. You have to wait until. I mean, currently you get the production of the supplies after the 24 hours when they were produced directly into your warehouse. Mm-hmm. And in the future, they will not be transferred into your warehouse, but into the middle of your village to be collected. This is the basic rule change. Of course, when you use the instant resource grasp feature, you would get them to your warehouse still because you're online. Yes, this helps a little bit in not getting an overflown warehouse overnight and keep your production running. And of course, it's a nice, handy thing to see the resources in your town. Yeah, now it was a little bit shorter than expected with the war. Holger, do you have anything to add?
No, we can just create a new one. Yeah, I mean, in general, I think we should shortly talk about what we want to reach with a new feature, basically. So our goal with introducing the war concept is basically to focus a little more the action on the one side, limit a little bit that the realms are not totally crushed if they're lost already. On the other side, making the wars, more directed. Basically, you have a goal which you need to reach, which you can defeat, and then you gain something over the time, and support a little bit the already done diplomatic things that it was done in the chat, more with the system in the game also. And on top of that it's really profitable to do the war. We introduced the war chest. So please note, every kills you are doing, every XP second time will be put into the war chest, and then it will be distributed to the war. So basically, killing troops during a war is now twice as effective in terms of generating XP, basically, to support really the PvP aspect of this game. And if you win a war, you will get a 50% bonus to your war chest, just as another incentive, basically.
Yeah, and down here you see also this 20% bonus from the tributes I collected previously, and those run for the whole 5 days of the truce period. And if additional realms would collect resources from this realm, it would be split between them based on their losses.
Because I see a question in the comments currently, all the supplies are now really produced into the village. On this overview, you could see you do not have to collect it every 24 hours. It's just as soon as they are there, they stay forever, and you can collect them all at once. If it's is answering the question, basically.
Yeah. And one thing I also wanted to mention is we have this improvement or enhancement of towers right now. So when I would really want to connect this island, so let's assume I had placed my portal here mistakenly, and now it's in donation phase, so it is not ready, but let's assume it's there. I could enhance my tower or improve my towers here. That would cost arc energy, and by that I could improve that. I think I don't have enough arc energy now to do it, or do I have? Or it's not enough. I think I looked a little bit wrong there. So it's not enough. I would have to place another tower there to get the connection. But in theory, with this enhancement of towers, you get one field more radius. And by this, you have the possibility to connect your portals. As you see, if they are not connected, they are kind of in sleepy mode. And this is now in donation phase, so it's not working anyway. But it would look the same if it wouldn't be connected by the towers.
Can you shortly show the tooltip of the portal? So there will be always the status written if it's connected or not, and there's a small ZZZ indicator if a portal is not connected currently. And and if you go maybe to my portal back then, I now dismantled my tower. If you imagine he would conquer my tower, this one would be now deactivated and I cannot port into it anymore, even if it was active before.
All right, thanks for that. So every additional war would cost more and more arc energy, which you gain through PvP. So basically the rule of thumb here is the more PvP you do, the more wars you do, the more wars can you declare also?
Not exactly,
Okay.
because the additional arc energy is you only pay when you want to do to declare more than one war in parallel. So the normal case is that you only declare one war to one realm, maybe another realm declares one war on you, and only in some rare situations he would say, "Oh, I need desperately a second war now, and I'm willing to pay this arc energy in order to do so." So this is more of you still have the possibility to declare a second war, but normally you wouldn't do that, I think. But yeah, during the war you earn arc energy, and also after the war, and with this you can enhance your towers and can reach more supplies, and also can connect the portals. So this is something cool on the map. But you have to keep in mind that with every ascension, your arc energy is resetting, and you have to build up your pool again on the next island.
Got it.
And since there is a question in the comments, 20% tributes for the next 5 days. Can a war be declared again during the tribute period? So you can declare war against several realms. So you do not need to wait that the war is over. But if a realm you were in war in and there is a peace state, then you cannot declare to the same realm in the 5 days, in the next 5 days, basically.
So basically, I could try to declare war to this realm now again, and yeah, as you see, it's not possible. I'm in active truce against it, so there's no declaration button anymore, and I would have to wait this 5 days here until I can declare another war, and the same counts for this realm. Cool. If there are no additional questions, I think.
Great, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for showing us that. Do you want to add something, Sarge?
I just wanted to maybe explain a very small detail. I want to mention, if something is in construction, like a portal that is something that you do not really tolerate on nearby border with you, that you can always attack without being at war. So a new things that needs to be constructed does not need to be in a war state.
So you could basically attack here my portal, because this is an donation phase. We are in peace with each other, but he could still
exactly
get rid of this portal, because it's obvious it's not cool to have a portal there constructed.
Got it.
Cool. Then I think we can move to the next topic.
Great thing.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for those insights. I'm excited to see what our community says as of tomorrow. It's one thing to see it, and then it's of course another thing to have a look at how it feels when you actually apply that. So once again, don't miss the test server tomorrow, and also a quick shout out also to our watchers. Please let us know what you think of that war and peace system so far. Please let us know what you think of what you have just seen in the comments, and if you do, don't forget to mention your in-game name, and you may get some sapphires from us after the live stream. Now let's get to the next topic, which is basically your topics from the community. So Sami, maybe you want to go through a couple of questions that have popped up recently in the community, and let's see if we can get some answers on them.
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you already for posting some questions on the forum, and we will be answering questions later that we can't answer during this live stream. Please use the chat in Facebook to post your questions, and we will pick some of those. Now to the questions from forum. The first question is from 12. What is the next big feature you are working on after the War and Peace concept?
Yeah, that's a tricky one. First, of course, we expect on the test server there will be a lot of feedback coming up. So the war concept will keep us busy a little bit longer in the new year, we think. But after that, we are working on something to level up the warlords by a new form of warlord XP and not with soul energy anymore, and improve the soul energy in general to give some additional options to spend soul energy for a player, because that honestly doesn't work too good at the moment and can be improved. And I think this is something, that really adds some value to the game. So this would be the thing, but war concept is first, clearly the focus, and that would be the next step. What we can think, we can start thinking about that.
All right, thank you. Let's go to the second question. This also comes from 12, but I've seen plenty of players asking about the next race. Will there be a third race? And if yes, what will it be?
Yeah, a third race. So more and more races for Arkham are definitely something we would love to see. And a third race is definitely something we plan for the future. But first of all, we want to get the game right. So the core mechanics, the balancing of right, before we introducing more and more of this content like a third race. But we definitely want to have a third race, and we have also ideas of it. And if you may look at our key art on the start page, you may also get a hint what probably will be the next race as soon as we introduce them. But there's no date to be announced the race yet for us from our side.
I hope it's going to be Garden Gnomes.
Yeah, Garden Gnomes. Yeah, or lizards.
Maybe.
Well, one thing is clear, it's not going to be aliens. I think someone already mentioned that one.
Who knows?
All right, let's go forward. Third question comes from Jizin. I hope I pronounced that right. Will we have more languages available in the future?
Yeah, that's a clear yes, basically. Even with the next servers, we will introduce some more languages. So we roll out the language to broaden the player base of Arkheim one by one, basically. For, I guess, the next server, I can spoil it already. I think it's Italy. That will be probably available somewhere in January, for example.
Right, thank you. Next question. Will map graphics be updated so all islands would look different? This is an interesting question.
Yes, also probably for me. The map graphics is always something we have also on our long to-do list, which we want to also improve. As said with the race, we focus a little bit first of getting the game right, but that's definitely also on our list. And as you see on the game, on the world map, basically, the islands have already some different terrain indicator. And yes, is our plan that also the terrains on the visible map in the game will be different. First of all, we focused a little bit on making the map as readable as possible. But in the future, we can imagine that we really work more and more with filters to add more information and keep the terrain also in a more realistic terrain space, I would say.
Will it be a long jump from the tutorial island that has water surrounding the island? And
exactly. If you look at the tutorial islands, there you see the first indications in which direction we want to go a little bit more on the realistic visual of the map.
all right, thank you again. And then the last question, please post questions to the chat log. What do you currently see as the biggest challenge for Arkheim?
Yeah, the biggest challenge for Arkheim is always the balance between the very competitive user base and the more mid-core players who also need to have a good time in Arkheim and getting more and more onboarded to the game to become really a part of the PvP part of Arkheim, and that they are taken along this path, basically, that they really can learn and grow in their experience to play the game more and more competitive over the rounds. Yeah, that is always the biggest challenge of Arkheim.
All right, thank you. We have a question from the community about the tutorial island. Is it possible in the future to skip it?
Probably yes, as soon as you played more than one round. It's one of our feature that we planned also for the future. Yes, but currently I cannot promise when it will be ready.
Well, the tutorial island takes for experienced players. Patrick here says older players, let's call them experienced players. It only takes something like, 10 minutes, 5 minutes at shortest?
We improved, we speeded up in the last patches. So I think if you are very focusing to fast clicking, you can be through within 3 minutes. But it's annoying if you played your third or fourth round. And since it is bound, we know that you played beforehand, then we also can skip the tutorial island for you, basically, in the long term. In fact, we want to also get more and more stuff on your account so that you can build up a history in the long term with some achievements you can earn and stuff like that also planned for the future.
Well, the achievement sounds very interesting. Is that one of those things that will always be at the end of the list, or where something more important comes before we can move to achievements?
First of all, we need to get the big systems in the game right, and we see currently still a problem in the PvP part that is not incentivized enough. Some players are not experiencing too much the PvP. On the other side, some of the mid-core players really experience the crushing part of the PvP, which is also not so good, and that's why we came up now with a war system to guide this also a little bit more.
All right, I think that was the last of the questions for now. Andre?
I take over. Thanks a lot again for all the information, for the questions and the answers, for the insights, and maybe one last thing that I want to show you before we conclude this live stream. This may be especially interesting for those of you who are playing their first round and are not 100% sure yet how to properly use a portal, how to establish towers in an efficient way, etc. So basically, if you go to our community platform, forum.arkheim.com, you will encounter here a button which says Learn to Play, and you will find a bunch of super interesting and also very detailed articles about how our game features work, and they may be really useful for you if it comes to making a strategy, calculating certain values, etc. So if you haven't seen it yet, have a look. And also we are constantly striving for to expand this knowledge base. So if there is something that you think is missing, if there is an article, if there is some kind of information that you would like to see, then let us know. Let us comment in the comments below, also under this live stream. And again, don't forget your in-game name. You may get some sapphires for that. And at the same time, you are helping us deliver valuable and meaningful content for the community. So let us know what kind of guides, what kind of things and information you would like to see to make the gameplay better. And I think with that, we conclude our very first Arkheim community live stream. Thanks a lot, everyone, for attending. And it will not be our last live stream, so stay tuned. We will be in the next year. We will also announce our next live stream. And thanks again for supporting us. Thanks again for playing. Thanks again for being here with us. Thanks to Dario, Sami, and Holger. And have a fantastic gameplay. And we will see you tomorrow on the test server. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.